Mike McCarthy's making $6 a year. His contract was 5 for $30. Kellen he just signed a 3-year extension. Again, that doesn't matter. If you get a head coaching job, they let you leave, right? Kellen, 3-year deal. Ian Rappaport said it was around $2 million a year. So the two options are, well, three options. A, let him leave for a head coaching opportunity. B, money whip him to be the head coach in waiting someday, undermining McCarthy. C, making Kellen the head coach. I don't think you can do option B. I'm not a believer in that. You have to decide if you would rather have Mike McCarthy or Kellen Moore as your head coach next year if you're Jerry Jones. All the heavy odds would say Mike McCarthy would stay. All right? I wonder if Jerry and Steven would admit that it was a mistake and it undermined Wade to do that with Jason. My gut tells me they would say, no, it was not a mistake. But when you work for someone and your boss isn't really in charge, that creates such a bad vibe in your building. You know, there's just a lack of respect. There's a lack of authority. There's backstabbing. There's double time. It creates a divide. You're a Kellen guy. You're a McCarthy guy. You're a Wade guy. We all know that Garrett's the chosen one. So why would I not go ahead and become tight with him? I want to impress him and not Wade. Wade's lame duck. He's on the way out. And the money just told us that. I went through this. No, I didn't go through this then. But there was a similar situation with Kyle Shanahan in D.C. Maybe I did go through it. When Mike Shanahan was the head coach, Kyle was the OC. And they were moving on to Jay Gruden. But Snyder didn't identify Kyle Shanahan as like that next head coaching stud. Now, Kyle, it took another stop in Atlanta before he became the San Francisco coach. But you had that. I remember having that discussion like, hey, do you just promote Kyle Shanahan and not hire Jay Gruden? We all think Kellen Moore is a better football coach, offensive coach right now than Mike McCarthy. You also have to ask, just because Kellen Moore is running a high octane offense, number one in the league in terms of scoring points, doesn't mean he can lead an organization. It doesn't mean he can lead a locker room at all.
It also doesn't mean that he's the reason for this offense. I mean, he was the OC here last year with Andy Dalton, and we were terrible. Maybe the offense is good because number 4 could throw.
Yeah.
So maybe it's like, I'm not. Are you going to upset the entire culture of the organization?
Yeah.
To save a guy that you could replace because you can replace it. The Chiefs are not worried about losing Eric Bieniemy.
No.
Because they know that they've got whatever the hell number.
And they have Andy Reid.
15.
And they have Andy Reid, who's really, sorry, Bieniemy fans, the offensive mind there.
Right. And the Cowboys have Mike McCarthy, who is an offensive guy.
Yes.
So do you really want to go down that road and do that? Like what do we really, how much of this offense do we really credit with Kellen?
Well, here's what I give. Look, we don't sit on here and pretend to be Brian Broaddus talking about shifts and motions and what it's doing and dictating, and showing me whether you're going to blitz or not or man and zone and all that stuff, right? We'll leave that to more of the X's and O's guy. But Ray Charles, is it Ray the one alive or Stevie? Stevie?
I think
Stevie Wonder's alive.
Stevie Wonder.
Ray's been gone for a while now.
Stevie can see that the offense has these little, not tricks, but it's more unpredictable than years past. There's cool, different elements that Kellen Moore has unleashed this year, and we're getting it every single week. That's indisputable. Indisputable. I don't know if the run schemes and the zone blocking and all these other things. By the way, we need to give Joe Philman some credit that we haven't given in talking about the O-line coach. I don't know schematically everything Kellen is doing. All I can tell you is the little trickery plays and the game clinching, Zeke Pollard pitches and these other things that he's doing we have not seen here in the past. I'm not going to have that make me say he needs to be the head coach because of it. I think I keep McCarthy. I let Kellen go become a head coach somewhere else. I cannot undermine and undercut Mike McCarthy unless I know that Kellen Moore will be a damn good head coach and he can do it in a year or two. You may as well make Kellen the head coach next year and eat the rest of the McCarthy money, which they probably won't do.
If you're gonna go down the Kellen road like you did with Jason, you've just got to go do it.
Do you think that they would admit that that was a mistake? Did that sabotage? Did that undermine? Did that mess up Wade Phillips and those teams? What would Jerry and Steven say?
No. At the time, Jason was the next big thing.
Yeah, it was the chosen one.
He was the chosen one. I don't think so. I don't think they would have gone
Okay,
back.
but so what would be the difference now? Kellen Moore's becoming the chosen one.
Well, McCarthy's got a lot more
All right, let me ask you this.
credibility as a proven winner.
What do you think's the most likely thing to happen? They what?
The most likely thing to happen is they try to keep him.
Okay.
But he's gonna take the job.
So you think they'd be willing to do a Garrett Wade 2.0?
I do think so. Now,
and you agree that would be wrong?
Yes. Yes, I do. I have a fundamental issue with now. I guess it would be his choice. It would be Kellen's choice to stay.
Right.
You know, like if they were trying to keep him down and not let him go to coach, but they can't do that. So it would be Kellen's choice to stay. If I were the Cowboys, I would try to do that. I guess I'm saying that's what they're going to. I think they're going to try to do. I would not do that.
Yeah, I mean, I disagree with you, Sean, when you say they wouldn't money whip him, and I'm really trying hard, RJ, to make a Ronnie Millsap joke since we're on blind entertainers right now, but I can't think of one. However, I think the Cowboys will money whip him. I think they'll make him Josh McDaniels. How much money do we need to pay you for you to stay? I think they're going to pay him like an absorbent amount of money, more than what they pay now, because Jerry doesn't like to let people go.
Yeah.
Especially people that are so successful and so wanted. And that's why he was praising Kellen Moore all the time. I mean, when Jerry was on with us the Tuesday after the win over the Chargers, he couldn't stop talking about Kellen Moore.